Ou deixa sua bunda ardendo, ou dá tapa, 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 cara.
Welcome to Empowerment Unleashed Now, exploring your inner authority. I'm Michele Jones.
And I'm Scott Collins.
And this is the place to connect with your highest, most essential self, your most empowered self, where you can explore your inner authority and learn from others and learn more about yourself.
We talk with fascinating people from all walks of life about transformation, healing, hypnosis, astrology, physical experience of being human, and heart-centered living.
We're so thankful that you're here with us. Let's dive right on in. Hi, and welcome to Empowerment Unleashed Now, exploring your inner authority. I am Michele Jones. I'm your quantum study buddy, friend, possibly just a cousin from the cosmos to you, and here with my brother from another mother, Scott
Collins.
Oh, no, today. What up, cut up? So we are at episode 53, and we are calling this today the transformation of your life. So we are going to hold as our salient listener question in like our mind's eye today, as Scott and I record this at 0 degrees Pluto, which is the only master Scorpio degree in the entire consciousness that we'll experience. That question for you to keep in mind is, what cosmic and quantum transformation will the you inverse create this Scorpio season? So, yep, a little bit of some, shall we say, conversational alchemy in the question there.
Yes. And also just one small fact check. I think you meant to say 0 degree Scorpio, not 0 degree Pluto.
Oh my God, 0 degrees Scorpio.
Pluto is at 1 degree. We don't
Pluto's
invite you to be like, what's up?
Aquarius.
I don't know what you're saying.
My God, brother, thank you so much, sir. No,
You're right.
we're at 0 degrees. I am so into tracking Pluto right now. And being that Pluto governs Scorpio, I got it a little bit confused. So thank you, sir, for the
all the energy though.
And very true, in Scorpio season, folks will fact check you. That's a very Scorpio thing to do. Scorpios are kind of the little natural lie detector consciousness. So, Scorpio ladies out there can usually spot somebody who's giving you the bullshit with no problem. And Scorpio men out there are probably the guys that'll make sure that you get safely into your Uber home, believe it or not, because they know what's out there. So little bit levity that we can always continue to bring, because I'm going to be honest, my little Cancerian gets a little bit scared during this Scorpio season. But the frame that I believe, which is so incredibly powerful, is that we have Pluto sitting at 1 degree Aquarius. And that is kind of going to be, I feel like it's like this harmonic, plutonic, like call, like om, like the big old, like if you just picture is 0, it's like this giant, like 0.
Yeah, it is like an ohm. I like that.
Yeah, it's like an
analogy and metaphor. Yeah.
Because I think that in Buddhism in particular, they also, of course, in Hinduism, they speak about other chakras beyond the ones that we obviously speak of in a place like the United States. And so I think that specifically there's a vocal, like behind the throat chakra, if you will, that might be aligned with this. I'll do a little research for next time. And I think that there is also like our belly button, like in between, but it's not your splenic, it's not your sacral, like there's another energetic space. And these are like very Scorpio like little places that you don't expect. Think of where scorpions go. Like they hide. Like they are deep diggers, you know? They dig down. And so I just feel like during this Scorpio season, can you talk, Scott, can you like just speak to our listeners about all of the 1 degrees, like all of the self-love that's going to be coming into us from these outer planets? We have this very unique opportunity in time.
True, and I love how you were alluding to the nature of the Scorpion, and it is to reside in the shadow. You know, they come out like they thrive in the shadow.
Yeah.
So it is an opportunity, like to piggyback on our last episode, to really love our full selves, like the shadow and all, to integrate it fully, and maybe at times, maybe this season in Scorpio season, like even lean heavier into that with the self-love, which we are getting a lot of support from the outer planets on that, especially Pluto, though, which is the most important planet during Scorpio season, because as you mentioned, it is the ruler of Scorpio and the ruler of 0. And today, a 0-degree day, while Pluto is at 1, 1 being the degree in steps system astrology, for those of you out there that don't know, the self-love degree. That is just, I love myself, basically, when you whittle it down. And the orb is 1. So that is how they're supporting each other right now. Scorpio is represented by 0. So really the whole Scorpio season, this entire season, it's about protecting your self-love, like making it your priority to the highest degree. We've got another 0. Uranus is at 0 Gemini right now. So that's more Plutonian and Scorpionian energy. Scorpionic energy. Yeah, that we're getting from that planet as well. And being that it's in Gemini, we want to be mindful of it. So like, we don't want to obsess, but we do want to be really mindful and aware of the importance of protecting our self-love right now. The tricky, slippery element to this all, me and I kind of jokingly texted you guys about it yesterday when I said 29 Neptune and 0 Scorpio walk into a bar. But I mean, as you know, the Serious Joy gang say, you can't make this shift up. Like, what, really? Like, Neptune retrogrades to 29, basically the exact time that we left 29 Libra and entered 0 Scorpio.
And tell us what that means for our listeners that don't know what 29 means.
So in general astrology, 29 is the last degree. We go 30 degrees, but it's 0 through 29 on each sign, each transit, no matter how long it takes. You know, they're roughly 30 days. And the regular Earth transit zodiac cycles, but the outer planets, Pluto, roughly 20 years, you know, that kind of thing to make a shift. So 29 is the last degree, and in the technical term, they're often called the anaretic degree. And astrologers refer to it as the tested degree, because usually everything that you have encountered, integrated, been challenged with, triumphed with, anything, all those things during that transit will then reveal themselves in some form, usually whatever the most challenging aspect was for you at that tested anaretic degree. And in that step system, and this is one of my favorite parts of the step system, is it just really invites you to let go and to bring that Zen Buddhism almost element back to it and be the observer. When something is at 29, you really want to engage as little as possible. And you want to just, no matter what you experience, focus on how you respond to yourself, your self-love. No matter what happens, There's no right or wrong response. It's just, are you responding in a loving way to yourself when any new aptitude you developed is supremely tested? And that's why 11 is often referred to as the integrity degree as well. And I think it's just because when if we're in integrity with ourselves, then we respond to ourselves with love. When we are in a extremely tested, anaretic experience, earth experience, and we all choose those experiences prior to coming here, whatever those are, they're really customized to each of us. And we choose our little galactic DNA snowflake when we come in here. And then we have some that we have lined up for us, but then we attract certain ones after that, depending on how we respond to all these 29-degree elements, really.
Well, that's what I was going to say is that, as an 11, right? So as, a Cancerian led 11, so Virgo, Chiron, that reference within the step system, I feel like 29 degrees represents your opportunity to demonstrate mastery over your love of every step that you've taken prior to get to that place and that opportunity to demonstrate the mastery to your own soul, right?
Yeah.
It's really like where you get to check in to your light from within you and dial it up, because that is all where the self-love and all love ultimately, by loving yourself and loving yourself some more, that is the mastery that 29 requires when one might feel tested in terms of inventorying their prior month of where did they order their steps? How did they order their steps?
Yeah.
What did they do to become the highest version of the self that always responds lovingly, not as a taskmaster, not as a judge and jury, right? That's always like, it is okay. That, to me, is the 29 mantra, is it's okay.
Yes, I love that. And I think, is it not then just your chance to demonstrate your love for the experience of Earth?
Absolutely.
Right? Because if we love the experience, then we're not going to judge any aspect of the experience. We're not going to place divisive terms like right or wrong, good or bad on the experience or on our response. That's the big part, because when we reflect any of those on our response, we're doing it to ourselves. And then that's what's really the hardest thing in Earth School, probably. And I also want to push it further. Like, it's not just 20. I mean, we experience the 29 every zodiac, every like Scorpio to Libra and everything. But then we have the lengthier. So, for instance, like, the Neptune transit, that's every. So, what have you experienced with Neptunian consciousness in the last 13 to 15 years? That's what you're going to be getting at this 29, because it is the last 29 for Neptune in Pisces.
And that's all
a long ass time, for probably 160 years.
That's all about your spiritual mastery of your love for yourself, for the cosmos, and for source.
Pasha Mama.
For Earth. For her, giving us this opportunity. And one of the things that I want to talk about within the transformational space of Scorpio is actually Earth, okay, as well, because right now Earth is manifesting in Earth. So I personally believe that Earth is a Taurus. I believe that Pachamama is a Taurus.
Yeah.
I don't believe that she's a Virgo. I believe she's a Taurus. And so she is in her, and this is an intuitive download. And of course, we're all welcome to, have our own of those, so to speak. But for me, I believe that right now, when the sun is in Scorpio, the earth is in Taurus. And so really taking that grounding that you have in terms of your transformation and sharing it with the earth as the earth shares its nature and its balance and its grounding and its 7.365 Schumann resonance with us, the reciprocity of that relationship is a really incredible transformation opportunity because we have a water trine going on right now. I believe, speaking about the Neptune with Pisces, as well as Cancer with Jupiter, and now we have the Pluto Scorpio engagement, and Pluto and Aquarius, where you have water, energies, right? Like meeting up with air. So there's just a lot of water. So as much flow as you can bring to the transformation into the feelings, like take baths. You know what I mean? It's, in North America, get into the hot tub, in Australia, get into the ocean. And it's really interesting too, because, drink your water, right? Like bless your water, give thanks for the water, give gratitude for, the transformation of just consuming the water. These kinds of things right now are really interesting because and we'll probably get into this a little bit more in this next episode because I just really wanted for us to recognize that there's an invitation from the universe and from source, from God, for us to consider that we have the perfect recipe to become the transformed version of ourselves that we actually have always envisioned ourselves to be. If for some reason you're not sure what that is, that's okay, because you can figure out what that is now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay because you're here at this time to manifest that. Some people believe that this 3-eye atlas that has entered our galaxy as an interstellar object might very well be from the galactic center of our universe, a consciousness that's delivering light codes. That might be very well taking inventory of where we are in terms of our solar system, if you will, okay? Because it's going to head on out, boogie on out of our galaxy. But the interesting thing is, and I'm referencing like Stephen Burns and Avi Loeb, okay? And so like our listeners can go and listen to them. There's some really interesting, I believe that they're both astrophysicists. I don't think anyone's a geophysicist, but I could be wrong. And literally, they're both talking about architecture that is interstellar, that possibly has a galactic origin of a consciousness that could very well be star brothers and sisters. And, in their work, they reference specifically, how the light is behaving from this interstellar artifact. It's in the front. It doesn't appear to have a tail. There's just some very unique observations. And so for me, what I'm amazed at is that it is already transforming our consciousness as it gets into some of the greater precision of coming super close to our planets. Like people are starting to feel a shift in even talking about this stuff. To have like two physicists that are out there, astrophysicists, one of whom, Avi Loeb, really walks an academic line at Harvard, I find we're already in the transformation, y'all. Like,
Yeah, and the planets really do support this. I mean, it's like, okay, you can make this shift up. It's coming also right as, I mean, it's going to be here when Neptune's at 29 Pisces for its very
that's
last
right.
dip, and while Saturn has dipped back too. And I'm curious how we're going to grow. Like, there's a 3-degree orb with them right now, so they're supporting each other from a sense of belief.
Belief.
And yeah, maybe once skeptics are now finding different definitions and allowances of beliefs than they once did. And then the next, as Saturn moves in one direction or another, we may experience other things in this support system between Neptune and Saturn, because that really is our massive spiritual overhaul. And then with Uranus at 0, again, holding up that big opportunity, like a magnifying glass portal where you can exponentially exacerbate any of those things to the craziest degree you want to, with 0 there in Gemini. So what are we capable of with our minds and awareness and consciousness? I mean, it's like it cannot be coincidence that this light transformer is heading our way right now, and whoever sent it probably, I think, likes Earth.
Yeah.
A lot, values Earth and Pachamama immensely.
I think that we are probably one of the most fascinating tickets in the universe because of our ability to change, to transform, and to create. And so in the Scorpio season, it is my sincere like hope and prayer that all of y'all will be blessed with the greatest transformation to the highest, most beautiful version of you that you can possibly muster up, because you have this opportunity to shed whatever it is that's dead. Shed what's dead. Whatever it is that creates resistance, that creates, I'm not sure, that creates the holding back, that creates the fear, meet it. Meet it. And you know what? Send it on its way. Mm-hmm. But meeting it, facing that shadow, facing the boogeyman, facing the fear, is really facing an aspect of ourselves that probably is like calling out transformationally for love. Yeah. Because love is always the antidote to fear.
Yes. And
self-love.
The watery energy, it is, I think of our episode about the Beatles and their solo stuff, but relax, the watery energy, relax and float downstream in this Scorpio season. Because if you're going to clinch to that branch, I mean, maybe we're letting ourselves go more than letting other stuff go. And then like let yourself go.
Yes.
And then let yourself flow downstream. Yes. There are times to go against the current, but I don't think this is one.
No, because you're going to be treading. You're going to exhaust yourself.
Yes.
And so the reason that you have to let yourself go into flow is so that way you can grow in the next Sag season that we have.
Yeah.
So with that said, my brother, I'm going to ask you if you would kindly leave us with some beautiful affirmations.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're going to involve 0.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Zero is my hero. I am a beacon of originality. I am the presence of authenticity. I embrace my uniqueness. I protect my purpose. I allow myself to let go. I do not resist. I flow.
Thank you so much. And thank you to our listeners for this opportunity to share time and space with you. Please drop a comment. Please tell us how we're doing, anything that we can help you with, anything that you're interested in. And if you would, share this with a friend. Also, we'd like to just say in this Scorpio season, be present, be you, and actually love every minute that you can flow through this. Peace be with y'all. Thank you now. Thanks for joining us on this episode of Empowerment Unleashed Now. Please subscribe on your favorite podcasting platform and let us know how this helped you.
Join us right here every week for another episode.